June 1947, somewhere in the Strait of Malacca. Two American ships are sailing through calm tropical waters. Then their radios crackle to life. A distress signal from a nearby ship called the Ourang Medan. The message read, "All officers, including the captain, are dead. Lying in the chart room and bridge. Possibly whole crew dead." Then two final words came through the static. "I die." Then silence. Complete silence. And the signal was never heard again. Now think about this for a moment. Someone on that ship, dying, still found the strength to send one final message. Not for help, not for rescue, just to tell the world they were gone. The American ship Silver Star immediately changed course. They had to find the Ourang Medan. After hours of searching the dark waters, they found her. The SS Ourang Medan, drifting, silent, dark. The ship's siren was sounded multiple times. No response. A megaphone was used. Nothing. A boarding party of 10 men was sent across. What they found on that ship would haunt them for the rest of their lives. The entire crew was dead, every single one, sprawled on their backs across the deck, eyes wide open, mouths twisted in silent screams, arms stretched outward, as if pushing something away. But here is the part that made experienced sailors physically sick. There was not a single mark on any of their bodies. No wounds, no blood, no signs of struggle, nothing. And then they noticed something else, something nobody could explain. Despite it being a warm tropical day in the Strait of Malacca, the air inside the ship was ice cold. Even the ship's dog was dead, its face frozen in the same expression of terror. The rescue team made a decision: tow the Ourang Medan to port. The world needed answers. But the ocean had other plans. Without any warning, smoke began pouring from the cargo hold. The crew of the Silver Star barely had time to cut the tow rope and escape. Then, the Ourang Medan exploded. Witnesses said the blast was so powerful, the ship actually lifted out of the water before sinking beneath the surface forever. Within minutes, the SS Ourang Medan was gone, swallowed by the sea, taking every secret with it. Now, I need to tell you something that makes this story even more disturbing. Are you ready? The SS Ourang Medan officially does not exist. There is no registration record. Lloyd's shipping register, which tracks every ship in the world, has no mention of the Ourang Medan. The Dictionary of Disaster at Sea, which documents every maritime incident from 1824 to 1962, nothing. It is as if this ship was never built, never sailed, never existed. But wait, because in 1959, the CIA published an official document that mentions the SS Ourang Medan. So a ship that officially does not exist was considered important enough for the CIA to write about. And here is what we do know is real. In 1948, a Dutch-Indonesian newspaper called De Locomotief published the story 3 separate times: February 3rd, February 28th, and March 13th. Real dates, real newspaper. A German researcher named Professor Theodor Seersdorfer spent 50 years of his life investigating this case. 50 years. He found a German booklet from 1953 with specific details about the ship, its route, its engine, the captain's name. Details you simply cannot invent. So what actually happened? 3 theories, each one darker than the last. Theory 1. Poisonous cargo. The ship was secretly smuggling a combination of potassium cyanide and nitroglycerin, or possibly wartime nerve agents left over from World War II. If seawater entered the cargo hold, a chemical reaction could have produced a cloud of invisible, odorless, toxic gas, rising silently through the ventilation system, killing everyone instantly before they even understood what was happening. Theory 2. Japanese chemical weapons. Japan's secret Unit 731 conducted horrific chemical and biological weapons experiments during World War II. After Japan surrendered in 1945, these weapons had to go somewhere. Some historians believe they were secretly loaded onto unmarked ships and dumped at sea. Was the Ourang Medan one of these ships? Theory 3. The survivor. Because there was a survivor. On July 12, 1947, a lifeboat washed ashore on Taongi Atoll in the Marshall Islands. 6 of the 7 people in it were already dead. The one survivor claimed to be the second officer of the Ourang Medan, a man called Jerry Rabbit. Jerry Rabbit told the missionary everything. In Shanghai, 7,000 boxes of unknown materials were secretly loaded onto the ship at night. No crew member was allowed to see the documentation. The ship deliberately avoided all normal shipping routes. 10 days into the voyage, the stokers began falling ill. 1 died. The captain listed it as heat stroke. Jerry Rabbit said, "That was a lie." Now here is what I want you to think about. The official story says this ship never existed, but a real American ship changed course to help it. A real Dutch newspaper published the story 3 times. A real German scholar spent 50 years researching it, and the CIA wrote an official document about it. Does a ship that doesn't exist deserve this much attention from this many real people? What if the ship's records were deliberately erased? What if someone needed the Ourang Medan to officially not exist? Because what it was carrying was something the world was never supposed to know about. The Silver Star's captain recorded the entire incident in his logbook. He filed a report with authorities, and then nothing. No investigation was ever launched, no official inquiry, no follow-up of any kind. Here is what we know for certain. In June 1947, 2 American ships received a distress signal. That part is real. A Dutch newspaper published the story 3 times in 1948. That part is real. A German researcher found a 1953 booklet with specific ship details. That part is real. The CIA wrote about it in 1959. That part is real. But there is no registration record, no official investigation, no wreckage ever found. The ship simply ceased to exist. The Strait of Malacca today is one of the world's busiest shipping lanes. Over 80,000 ships pass through it every year. Every single one of them sails over the same waters where the Ourang Medan vanished. None of their navigation systems have ever detected its wreckage. Maybe that is because the ship was never real. Or maybe that is because someone made very sure it would never be found. Something happened out there in June 1947. Something that scared experienced American sailors. Something a German scholar gave 50 years of his life to understand. Something a government intelligence agency felt the need to document. And something that nobody,
to this day has been able to explain.